Hi everyone, this is Sherry. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I wanted to teach you today how to cast on stitches. And so what we're going to need for materials is a knitting needle and yarn. That's all you need. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the needle in the right hand, and we're going to take the end of the yarn in the same hand. And what you're going to do with your left hand, you're going to grab the yarn, and then you're going to put your thumb under, and then you're going to put the needle in under the thread on the thumb. You're going to pull it off the thumb and onto the needle. And that is how you cast on a stitch. Very simple. And so let's do it again. Grab the yarn, thumb under the yarn, needle under the yarn on the thumb, off the thumb and onto the needle. Again, grab the yarn, thumb under, needle under the yarn on the thread on the thumb, off the thumb and onto the needle. Grab the yarn, thumb under, needle under the yarn on the thumb, off the thumb and onto the needle. Okay, so as you can see, we have, let me get this straightened out here. We have a ridge here, down here, and we have the loops up here on the needle. And what you want to make sure of is that you have a consistent tension here, and that's where this thread comes in at, and that you have even spaces between all of your loops there. And you also don't want to make the tension too tight, because you want to be able to get the other needle, when you go to knit these stitches, you want to be able to get that needle under those loops. And if you do it too tight, you won't be able to get that in, or it's going to be a real struggle. So you want to be careful of that. But at the same time, you want to have a nice tension and spacing between your loops. So we're going to do a few more. So you want to grab the thread with your left hand, thumb under, needle under the yarn on the thumb, pull it off the thumb and onto the needle. Grab the yarn, thumb under, needle under the yarn on the thumb, pull it off the thumb and onto the needle. So I'm going to show you a mistake, or it could be intentional if that's how you want your work to look. But for instance, right now we want the loops and the threads to be close to your needle, and so I'm going to show you a mistake, and you'll see that if you're working a nice edge on a sweater or something and this mistake happens, it won't look real pretty. So here's the example. I'm going to go ahead and cast on a stitch, and as I'm pulling this tension thread, you'll see if I don't pull it all the way up, it sags. And then if I was to pull that over without pulling that up, you will see that the tension over here on these threads were all the same, and this one was not. And again, if that was intentional because your project, stated that, that's one thing. But if you were just wanting to do an edge of a sweater and you wanted all the tension to be the same, that would be what you would call a mistake. So when you're doing a nice edge on a sweater and that occurs, you're going to see this real nice edge here, and then you'll have this piece right here that's hanging down, and then you'll probably have another few stitches here that will look like these over here, and that will be very noticeable. So if you're going real fast once you learn this, you need to be careful not to let that happen and pull that tension in your stitch over so that don't occur. So we're going to do a few more. We're going to grab it with our left hand under the thumb, under the yarn, the needle under the yarn on the thumb, pull it off the thumb and onto the needle. Again, grab the yarn, thumb under, needle under the yarn on the thumb, pull it off the thumb and onto the needle. Again, grab the yarn, thumb under, needle under the yarn on the thumb, pull it off the thumb and onto the needle. And as you can see, there's this ridge back here that I was showing you, and you can pull your stitches apart, and you want to see how nice that looks back there. It looks nice. These are a little loose because I'll let that go, but it looks really nice and even and similar. Okay, so I'm going to show you how, once you learn to do this, and you're going to get faster, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So here we go. But let me get more thread. Hold on. Okay. And let me make another note. You're not always going to grab this one and let go and grab it. You're going to constantly hold this string. The only reason I was showing you that way was because I was showing you how to grab the yarn and how to do the step. So here's it in action when you get faster. So okay, so I did a few. I'm going to do a few more. I'm in a kind of an awkward position, so let's see. And so as you get faster, you'll see how smooth that goes. And you see how I kept my tension the same, and how the spacing between the stitches looks. It looks real nice. Okay. So that's how you do a cast on. And if you just keep practicing, you'll get faster and faster. And there's different ways of casting on with, like double thread, or just different things you can try on your own to have different edgings. But if you want to follow me on Knitting Know How, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.